Hey, thank you everyone again for joining us for the webinar. We're excited for the opportunity to share the new Andela with you. So I'm Akuya, Senior Product Marketing Manager here at Andela, and I want to introduce you to my co-host, Barani, who's the Director of Client Platform.
Hey everyone, nice to meet you all today. Thank you for taking your time and joining this webinar. My name is Bharani. I head our Client Portal business segment and excited to be talking with you all in the next few minutes.
Awesome. So Barani will soon share more about the portal, walk you through the features, functionality, the value there. There are a few other things also I want to chat through before we get started. One of them is the agenda. So in terms of setting what we're going to talk about, this webinar will introduce you to Andela, teach you a bit about the key portal features, benefits through this live demo, from accessing your account all the way through to hiring talent. We've also reserved ample time at the end for Q&A. Right now, the chat is disabled and it is going to be moderated, but please, at the Q&A time, submit your questions. And of course, you can upload other questions and we'll make sure to answer them live. If we don't get to answering your question for whatever reason during this time, we'll make sure to directly get you an answer. This webinar will also be recorded and shared with you after this time, just for reference. So to go ahead and get started, you all may already know by now, but as a refresher, Andela is the premier talent marketplace connecting companies like you with vetted, remote-ready tech talent from around the world. Our talent community is over 250,000 strong across 6 continents with expertise in software engineering, design, data science, Salesforce, and cloud computing. We've introduced the client portal to give you greater flexibility and control over the hiring process. And I won't talk too much about it to steal Barani's thunder. So Barani, come on up and chat more about the client portal.
Hey everyone. Thank you, Akriya, for the introduction and for setting us up. I'm here to talk about the Andela portal, but quickly, my name is Bharani, as I've mentioned at the top. I head our client portal business segment. I've been with Andela for about close to 7 years now, and I've seen and helped Andela through the journey of outgrowing borders, becoming a leaner, a better, a smarter way for companies to help scale their teams. And I've with all of my experience and sort of the participation across different areas of business, I currently now head our Andela portal initiative, and I'm excited to tell you all about it in a few minutes here. I want to say thank you all for taking the time for joining this webinar. It is we appreciate your attendance and your time today. Some of you may already have come across the portal and may be aware of the portal, and we appreciate your time. We'll keep the demo part of this webinar pretty quick and I'll leave the tail end of it for questions and for a rich discussion. So best case, it'll be a quick refresher for you, and the question and answer session will also be pretty beneficial. So I'd love to start at the top, right? What is the Andela portal? Cut a long story short, it's a one-stop shop that revolutionizes hiring for our clients. And as our clients, you are now empowered to run the entire hiring process all by yourselves in one place. And this is not just a hiring platform, the Andela portal. This will also be a place for you to manage your relationship with Andela and scale it up or down throughout time going into the future. And well, I would say that the Andela portal is awesome. And before we go into it, I'd like to call it a huge difference. Earlier, back in the day, if some of you have been working with Andela for a while now, and you may have been aware of how our traditional process had worked, you'd have had to come to us. You'd have had to, we'd have had to find each other time on each other's schedules, and you give us your needs, and sort of wait another couple of days before we can actually start showing you how we can be helpful and valuable. But with the Andela portal, how do we reimagine that and put the power of the Andela network at the hands of our customers? Well, through the Andela portal right there. As you can see, the portal puts the power of the Andela talent network in your hands, and it empowers you to run the hiring process by yourself. And how do we do that? It allows you to sort of sign in and add as many of your hiring managers so you can all be in one place, and post jobs and browse instant talent recommendations. As we all know that our clients, they leverage Andela for access to the best talent at the right time. And that's what this portal aims to do, and do it effectively, and by putting the power of the network in your hands, by giving you the ability to browse for this at your discretion and convenience, right? So And you can be assured that as you post a job and receive instant talent recommendations, that you are being connected with the best quality of talent, and then these are certified talent. As a refresher, and a certified talent at Andela means that they've gone through rigorous rounds of assessments being tested across their coding abilities, being tested on their communication abilities, both in a written and in a verbal format and within business contexts, and also a deep panel technical interview where we go through their entire experience with a fine-tooth comb and have them rationalize and substantiate why they are the best fit engineer to be hired. And again, I'm sure you all must be aware of this. We accept less than 10% of talent to our talent network. So you can be assured that you are being connected to the cream of the crop, the best of the best. So as you post a job and receive certified talent recommendations, we just don't stop there. You now have the ability to really click into their profiles, dig deeper, and even schedule interviews directly with the talent. Earlier, there was a lot of sort of calendar game that we used to play with each other, trying to hustle for availability, and there was a lot of manual intervention. But now we've removed sort of that friction and connected you directly with our talent that you would like to interview. So as you want to schedule interviews, we allow you to do that, and the platform itself schedules automatic interviews for you at the time that you've chosen. And throughout this entire process, as you hire the best fit talent that works for you, we do offer support. We are there on the sidelines. All of you are our existing clients, and you would have worked with the Andela team members at some point or the other. And we are there. We are still there on the sidelines. We ask you to reach out to us via chat, or you can also schedule a call with us at any point in time. And we will help and support you in real time to make sure that you're receiving the highest quality of service alongside the highest quality talent. So this is the Andela portal. Our clients have been receiving this. We've been using this with many of our clients who've loved this and embraced this. And as you create your password and sign in, this is the dashboard. This is the Andela portal dashboard. As a first-time user signing in, one of the first things we'd ask you to do that you should do is create a job to see the instant talent recommendations Andela has to offer. So you're actually seeing us put our money where our mouth is, and that's the best way to sort of get acclimated as well. So in this instance, we can keep things high level, and I can put in a job for a full stack engineer, but please feel free to be as specific or as detailed with the information within the job, because the results will be curated based on the information you will be providing. So the more detail and more specificity, the better the recommendation, so you can hire your best talent as quickly as possible. So let's start with inputting a job. Like I said, I'll just quickly select a full stack engineer. And I have the ability to select how much experience the talent should have with specific skill sets. Everyone knows not all engineers spend all of their time just working on one stack of framework. They switch and move around, but everybody needs to have a certain command on a certain skill set of framework. So you're able to call that out here. I can And I can also call out if a specific skill is more a preferred skill and nice to have, but not an absolute must have. So as I can do that and move on, the next screen is where we ask you a bit of information around the job itself. Things like, whether you intend to hire for a full-time role or a part-time role, and the title of the job, of course. And this is important for a couple of different reasons. One, as I've mentioned before, some of the information here that you will be entering will be used to curate and display the best recommendations to you. But of course, also, as you seek to interview and schedule interviews with the talent you would like to hire, that talent will also receive an intimation about this job opportunity. And so, you would want to give any talent applying for this job the full context of what this job entails, what is important and what is expected. And hence, for these reasons, information on the screen is vital. We ask you to select a start date. Of course, Andela can move pretty quickly. So typically when we ask our clients to start interviewing, like 1 or 2 weeks out from the date that they want to hire. But of course, you can feel free to schedule interviews if you have a hiring date in mind in the near future. So for the sake of this demo, I can put in the next Monday and enter the number of years of experience that I would overall experience that I would prefer for this talent to have. Of course, you can see that it goes from junior to mid-level to senior. I can select someone with 3 to 8. That's about 80+% of Andela talent tend to fall in that sort of 6 to 8ish years range. And yeah, we also ask you to mention if you require any overlap for this talent. As you would also very well know, Andela talent shifts their hours to overlap with their clients' teams on a daily basis. So you can enter the overlap that you would like to see from the talent, and here is where you would copy paste a job description that you have open. You can Here I'm entering TBD, but we can always, of course, at any point come back to be able to edit these jobs to make them be more specific as well. So once I enter all the information on the screen and click continue, next it asks me for my budget. Here, the portal is showing you a real-time histogram and spread of the talent that fits the skill set and across the rates. As you would have been working with Andela, you would know typically our mid to senior level talent, depending on where in the world they're coming out of and how rare the skill set is. The monthly rate for a talent could go anywhere between 6,000 to about, say, 14,000, plus or minus, give or take a little bit. But this is where, again, the lion's share of our talent fall in per month for the monthly rate. So I will input this, but again, you can keep this flexible and to suit your budget constraints. And as I click on that and say post job to view talent, the algorithm runs in the background against our talent network to now curate the best talent that fit the requirements that you've posted. There you go. What you see on the screen right now are the best talent for the job that you've posted, the best available talent. Each of this talent that you see on the screen should be ready and available for you to look into to see if they fit your needs. At this point, you can do a couple of things. You can, of course, click into any one of their profiles to see, what work they've done, to look deeper into their resume. And as you scroll through in their profile, these green tick marks beside the skill tells you that these are the skills that you asked for that they do possess. And every talent that is shown here has this. So, and as you click in, you can also see a little bit about their previous history and what they've done at different companies. As you can see, some detail here. And yeah, you can either reject talent if they do not have a profile that seemingly meets your needs, and you can offer some context for why the talent did not meet your needs, so that we can make sure that we are constantly at any point in time showing you talent that do fit your needs. And an overwhelming majority of our clients do have success using the portal and its recommendations, but we're always here to ensure that we're putting the best talent in front of you. But for some reason, if the talent shown does not meet your needs, you can reject the talent. But if the talent does seemingly meet your expectations and their profile is impressive for you to meet with them at least and give them a shot, you can request an interview. And this is how you would do it. You would click on this request an interview button. I'll ask you how long you would want your interview to be. Again, 90+% of our clients typically hire an Andela talent after a 1-hour interview where they talk about some cultural aspects, some technical aspects. They have the talent talk about what they've done in their careers, what decisions they've taken, why they've taken those decisions, talk about their accomplishments, etc. And then they give us their decision. But of course, if you need an additional round, you're welcome to ask us for it, and then we can accommodate it. But here it asks you to schedule some time. Just to keep it easy here, I'll say 30 minutes, and I'll ask the talent to be prepared to talk about their top 5. And you could also ask them to come prepared to maybe sort of, show a piece of work that they've done or a project, etc. And then this will all be shown to the talent, of course. So, and then you select some time that works for you. So any time that, and we ask you to select 3 slots. And as soon as you click on a send interview request, that request then goes to the talent. So let me show you what happens after that, right? So you've now come into the portal, signed in, created a job, and seen the instant talent recommendations, and now you'd like to interview talent. So you looked at the profile and you've sent an interview request. Now, the talent that you've sent the interview request to receives this. They have an opportunity to really sort of express their buy-in, so to speak, so that you're assured that we're not just connecting you with any random talent. These are talent that get the opportunity to raise their hand and say, yes, I would like to work with this company. And so the talent will look at the email, they will look at the job, and they will confirm their availability. And when they do confirm their availability, we will show you the confirmation in a couple of different ways for the interview. We will send you an email when the interview is confirmed from the talent. As you can see on my screen here on the left hand side, this is the kind of email that you will receive once the interview is confirmed. At the time of the interview, you can of course go in and click on the interview link, and it will take you to the meeting. Or if you have a calendar, that the meeting will also be auto scheduled on your calendars. So it'll look like this. It says staging on my screen, but of course for you it won't. I'm using the staging environment today for the purposes of this demo, but you will also see a calendar invite. So there's a couple of different ways, and you will also see this alert in your dashboard on the portal. So yeah, this is how the interviews are scheduled, and after after you have the interview take place, and say now the interview has happened, what happens next? Well, a couple of different things, right? Well, as soon as the interview is finished, you will receive another email asking you for feedback for that talent and for that interview, because many of our talent at any point in time are constantly being considered by other clients, and they're actively considered for other engagements. So we like to be expeditious with the flow of feedback. So we send you a prompt via email asking you for the interview. But then you can, which point when you click on it, you will be able to log into the portal and offer your feedback. So let me just show you how that works. 1 second. That link that says give feedback or rate interview, you will be taken to your portal, but as you log into your portal, you will also see a prompt like this where you can give feedback, and it'll ask you first if the interview did take place, and then there's a couple of things that you would want to do. For the most part, after any interview, you would either want to hire that talent, which again 90+% of our clients do end up finding their best fit talent within the first or the second talent interview. But so you may want to hire that talent, or you may want to continue interviewing. So if you do want to continue interviewing, there's two options here that you can see. It says this talent was not a good fit and I would like to see another candidate, or this candidate was a good fit, but you would just like to be a bit more thorough, do a little more diligence, want to meet another talent. You're welcome to do that, but then keep the current talent in the mix while you interview another talent. So both these options pertain to interviewing further. But if you have some additional need, like you would like to, now that you finished an interview, you want to maybe connect this talent with another member of your team, or you want this talent to maybe show you some more of their experience or a project or a piece of code, and that in cases where you want to continue a correspondence after the interview, then you can click on this option that says I will need support with the talent. But for the most part, if you would like to hire the talent, then we make that pretty easy as well. You click on the first option that says great fit, ready to hire. And then we ask you to quickly just confirm the start date and show you the monthly all-inclusive rate for the talent. Of course, there is no other rates involved above or beyond. This is what you see is what you pay per month. And then we ask you to select a start date. And we ask you to then click on confirm and submit. So now you've given feedback for the talent that you've interviewed. What happens next? You've given your feedback and you say you want to hire the talent. And so that means now that talent that you've interviewed and would want to hire will receive this offer, and they will have a chance to accept or deny it. Of course, if they've interviewed and they have an intent to join and hire, in most cases, of course, they do accept the offer. But then we have the talent also accept their offer, at which point I will just show you how that process works. Once the talent accepts the offer, you will receive an email like you're seeing here on the screen that says, hey, you've interviewed this talent, you've liked this talent, you wanted to hire this talent. The talent is also interested and ready to work with you for the date that you've mentioned. And so the last step for you to do is to just lock down the talent by clicking on hire talent within the portal. So you open the email and you can click on this hire talent, and it will take you to the portal, or you can open the portal as well after you've done that, after you receive this email, and it'll show you a prompt there too. So let me just show you how the hire talent process works. The talent has approved the offer from their side. So the last step, as I mentioned, is for you to go in and hire the talent. So you click on that hire talent button, you scroll down, and you click on this hire talent here, and boom, that takes care of the hiring process from an end-to-end perspective. So once you've done this, for this start date now, a member of our team will reach out to you to make sure that we are scheduling a kickoff call and inviting all the right people so that the kickoff call can happen smoothly and the talent can hit the ground running to be an integral member of your team. So this is the client portal's sort of major utility as far as hiring goes. You're able to come in, post a job, interview talent, and even hire all throughout the portal. And you can all do all of that in one place. So that's the hiring piece of it. But of course, there's a few other things that you can do on the client portal. For starters, you see this refer and earn feature on my screen. This is a great feature that our clients love and use quite a lot, and we love whenever they use it. No surprises. It basically means if you refer another company to hire talent from Andela, both you and that company get $5,000 off on your next invoice. Our clients have taken advantage of it, and then we urge you to also take advantage of this. There's an FAQ section where you can, of course, go into to see information around some of the other aspects. We do want to call out that the value that we've always provided to our clients stays the same. Like, in fact, we're just making it better, more accessible, and more streamlined. But the FAQs are there to answer any questions. But of course, as I mentioned, you can also schedule a call with us or use the chat option to reach out to us for responses in real time. Another feature that I wanted to leave you with is, of course, if you are the member of from your company that's signing in, but once a member from one company is signed in, other members of the company can just be added by you. So if you have other hiring managers within your team, within your company that also hire talent, that also would like to hire talent, you can just add them via their first name, last name, and email. They will essentially receive the same email I started off this process with, where they get to sign in and they will see the dashboard. They were able to post additional jobs, hire talent, etc. So that is the Andela portal in a nutshell. There's many amazing things coming out that are being iterated upon and being introduced down the year as well. Hopefully, we can have someone on our product team jump in to address those. But I would like to stop here and turn it back over to the team and to the audience to see if there's any questions, anything that you'd like to ask.
Awesome. Thanks, Bharani. We do have a couple questions in the Q&A section, and I believe we're actually going to enable chat as well. So if you do still have questions, please add them to the Q&A panel, and also feel free to add any comments in the chat. But Bharani, do you want to start with the first question there? So the first question is, if I didn't get the email you showed, how can I access the portal? And that came at the beginning when you started off the demo.
Got it. Yeah. So you have our team. You've been working with Andela. You have your Andela stakeholders who've been introduced to you. You can always reach out to them, and we can make sure to get you added to the portal. But of course, you can also just raise your hand and say if you have not received it here in the webinar. We can make sure to follow up with your sign-in link as well. It should be pretty straightforward, as I showed you. As soon as you receive the link, all you do is create your password, and boom, you're in.
Great. The next question showing up on the screen there, how many interviews can I schedule? If I like 3 different candidates or talent, can I meet them all?
Yeah, great question. Yes, of course. You can schedule multiple interviews. You're not capping your ability to interview different talent. If you see the list of recommendations and you like different talent for different reasons, especially that is one of the reasons that our clients may schedule multiple interviews. So yes, if you like 3 different talents, yes, you can meet them all. and you can give us your decision after you meet with all three. Thank you for the question.
Yes, and another question just came in. Does it have a cost to join the portal?
Absolutely not. You are all our existing clients. This is just a way that we will continue to provide excellent quality and of talent to our customers and our clients. So you all have just been added to it. You will all down the line also use the portal to manage and grow your relationship and scale it up or down as you see fit. So the portal is there for you all to use free of cost, and it will generally be free of cost for the public as well for the most part, until we decide to change the way we do things. We're always growing, we're always reimagining, but yeah, the portal is intended to be free for the foreseeable future.
Awesome. So definitely take advantage as the portal's free. Use it to the best of your ability. Connect with talent, right? Create unlimited jobs. Start interviewing. Have that complete full flexibility to do so. We don't have any more questions in the Q&A section, but you did talk, Bharani, about some upcoming exciting features. So I think this would be a great time to bring on Jake from the product team to talk more about, where are we going with the product? What can clients be looking forward to share here?
Thanks, Akwiya. And Bharani, great job. Thank you for showcasing all of our team's hard work over the past year. So I'm Jake. I oversee product for the client side at Andela. Very excited to bring all of you, our existing customers, into this application and what we've been working on for the past year. There's a lot on the roadmap, and we've seen this portal get a lot better just since we launched it in 2022. So some of the things that we have coming up, number one is the recommendations. What you all have come to Andela for is to find the best talent pre-vetted by our team and identify the best person for roles with your company, with your team. And so we've made a big investment in improving the machine learning and the ongoing improvements around how we select top talent for any jobs that you post in the portal. And so what that means for you is when you select to interview somebody, it's the highest likelihood that that person is the best fit that we have in the network, and they're going to be the highest likelihood across our network to accept your interview, be ready to start when you need them, and all of the things that you've looked for in partnering with Andela. The other thing that I want to mention is we want this to extend beyond just finding people within the Andela talent network to hire. And so really thinking about the ongoing partnership with Andela and with Andela talent. So providing feedback on the talent that you've engaged through Andela, and then managing the entire life cycle of working with folks from our network. We want this to be the hub for all things getting more value out of this partnership. The other thing is we have a whole product team that is working hard at better understanding how we serve you. And if you have ideas, if you have recommendations, if you run into issues, we're always available to understand how we can better serve you through the use of the product, but also with Bharani's amazing team of customer success and account partners. This is really about how do we make you successful in scaling your business, growing your team, and delivering on your roadmap. So anything that we can do there to support it, we are eagerly trying to deliver. So thank you again for joining us. Akwiya, I don't see any other questions, but I'll let you and Bharani wrap things up.
Yes, thank you, Jake, for that. I don't see any other questions. If you have any last minute questions, we're still here. Send them in the Q&A. But if not, this has been awesome. Again, to Bharani's point too, we appreciate you taking the time to join us. Bharani, any last words from you as well as we close?
None at all. We appreciate your time. Just watch out for another webinar that we will be doing in the near future that covers some more amazing features and other ways that we can leverage the client portal to everyone's benefit. To start with, you can start seeing some emails asking you to prompt you to give feedback for some of your talent. as you go down the line. So that's a great way to start seeing how the portal can be useful for you all after you hire the talent as well. And we will build on that with many more amazing features. So thank you for your time. We will be seeing you very soon. And that's it from me.
Awesome. Thank you, everyone. See you in the next webinar.